Hello, people of YouTube. I'm sounding a bit different at the moment, having a bit of a cold, but I didn't want to keep this little video from you because the weekend is nigh and we want to play with our stuff, right? So this subject of this video is syncing the RK8 with a device which doesn't have MIDI. There is a port on the RK8, the sync port, and you can use it to output a sync pulse for like, I don't know, pocket operators or something. But actually this is a stereo port. You can plug in a stereo plug here, and on the tip is the sync out and on the ring is a sync in. So you can also use it to slave it to like a Boss DR110, for example. This one doesn't have MIDI, it's an old analog drum machine, and on the older machines there is like a little trick where you can use the accent to generate a trigger signal. And the trigger is here, and well, the trigger signal is on the tip and here it's on the ring. You can use our TR split cable to have the ring and the tip broken out, two separate plugs, but there's also another solution which is less bulky for this use, and it's called the TRS-AB cable, and it flips this tip and the ring here. So I'll just plug a normal audio cable in there, and when I plug this one in here and this one in there, then how effectively these two are connected. And the only thing I have to do is now configure the RK8 to take sync inputs. I go to Alt-8, the tempo menu, and I select, normally there's the internal clock, and I press, you can press different stuff like sync from MIDI in 1, MIDI in 2, the RK6 via USB, no clock at all, just free play, or auto detect what kind of sync pulse is available. But on this one here, we have it fixed to the sync clock, and there's a little metronome icon here, and when I press play, you see it starts playing around, and you can also see there's a tempo detected. I can also see that the tempo is pretty high, 205 BPM. That can't be right. So I can also press the 6 button double and I can choose a different clock divider. And now when I press start, it says it calculates 120 BPM, which sounds a lot better. So how do I get this auto aligned? Well, I just press play and then it's prepared to wait for sync pulses. Then I press start, and now the GV1010 is playing some extra drums here in sync with the Dr. Rhythm. I can increase the tempo. And it just follows nicely. Well, that's one thing you can do. I can also show you how these sync things work on the Dr. Rhythm, because it's an accent track, so you have to go to the pattern step right mode and then press the accent button. So this is blinking, and now you can make your pattern. But you can also see I can play a different pattern than every step. I can just do half the time trigger out. So I go to play again and I'll reset the playhead of the RK8. So now it plays half speed. That's also a way to change the tempo, but the RK8 does generate a MIDI tempo from these pulses, and of course the more pulses you have, the more precise it gets. And there's only a little other trick we built in the RK8 if you don't want to use like upscaling gate pulses to MIDI tempo, but you want to use different kind of sync, like a step sync, because that's also an option. You can press 9 and now the RK8 won't make a tempo out of it, but it will just step through a 16th note of its play memory whenever it feels a gate pulse coming on. So I've got it set to step now, and Now it looks like it's doing the same, but what I can do now is I can change the step pattern of the sync pattern. I can go like this, full on, and the second half I won't. So now I have a very irregular pulse, which would be impossible to get a decent MIDI tempo out of it, but now it just follows the pulses directly. So you see the first half it plays fast, the second half it plays slow. Maybe it's better to demonstrate with a little synth sound here. I'll set it to MIDI channel 1. And I'll just use the step time editor to make a simple pattern. So, 16 notes. I can play it with internal tempo to show you. This is what's in. And now when I go back to the step playing, you see the pattern changes. I can make even very different steps like this. Well, oh. Like that. So yeah, these are the extra options you have on the RK008 when you sync it to something gatey, like a Dr. Rhythm DR110, for example. Let's experiment and have fun with it. Bye bye.